First of all, good morning to everyone. Students, in last class, I explained impress. Okay, now the main chapter, yes, which has weightage, okay, in your question paper, that is your SQL and Java. Okay, today I'm starting SQL. Okay, now you can see the topics which I will cover today in MySQL, that are database management system, relational database, benefits of using a database management system, RDBMS terminology, and the last one, characteristics of MySQL. See, when I'm talking about the SQL, I'm talking about the Microsoft Access. If I'm talking about the Oracle, what comes, yes, to my mind or to your mind, my dear? Database. And when I talk about the database, that is collection of tables. And when I think about the table, then what it will come to my mind? Rows and columns. You already have done MS Excel, even in OpenOffice you have done openoffice.org calc, but here it is totally different, because here I'm using a term relational database management system. So when I will discuss these all topics, yes, you will understand. Now, my first part is, what is a database management system? To create and maintain a database on a computer, we need a database program or software called a database management system, or DBMS. Database management system is a software that enables user to create and maintain databases. The popular DBMS are MySQL, PostgreSQL, Microsoft Access, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, DB2, and Sybase. So these are the popular database, yes, the software, my dear. But only using the database will not, yes, solve your problem, because anyone is there who is going to drive your database, yes, like your SQL, Oracle. Okay, now students, one thing you must be knowing, that in a typical file system, processing system, permanent records are stored in various files. A number of different application programs are written to extract records from and add records to appropriate files. But this scheme has a number of major limitations and disadvantages. What? Such as data redundancy. You might have read Microsoft Access. There you have a term, data redundancy. That is duplication of data, repetition of data. Okay, data inconsistency, unshareable data, unstandardized data, insecure data, incorrect data. Okay, so to overcome from such situation, we use database management system, because this is the answer, okay, to all your problems that you face, yes, in typical file processing system, my dear. Okay, now I'm going to discuss DBMS. That means what the DBMS will give you or allow you. Okay, stores data in a structured way. That means in a systematic manner. Okay. Second one, query the database. Query the database means, if I have created my database, Okay, and this database I have created for school. School wants to extract data like whose roll number is 5 and reading in standard 10th. Yes, obviously. Yes, my software can help. Okay, that means extraction of data from a data. It is just like, yes, taking one glass of water from bucket. Okay, it is just like that. But when you take one glass of one glass of water from bucket, what happens? Yes, the density of your water decreases, my dear. That means whatever you have the level that gets decreased, but here it will not be. Okay, because you are going to extract data, but whatever data that you have extracted from the database, it will remain there. It is just like copy. Okay, now sort and manipulate the data in a database. Yes, sorting you can do it, ascending, descending way, whichever you want. Yes, it is up to you. Next one, validate the data entered and check for inconsistency. Yes, you can validate your data. That means data validation, you are knowing, you have some tools using that you can restrict it. Okay, there you have the primary key. There you have the default. These all are constant, my dear. Okay, default, not null, null. Okay, so this all I will do, reference key, that all I will discuss you. Now, produce flexible reports both on screen and on paper. Yes, obviously, that makes it easy to comprehend the information stored in a database. It is up to you which way you want your data. Now, the next part is what is relational database. See, when I'm talking about the relational database, that means making a relation between the tables, between the database. Like I'm having my database, okay, and that is related to NEHS. I'm having a database of PCS. And listen, when I'm talking about database contains table. Yes, I can link to database. Or suppose NEHS is having a database containing 5 tables, I can make a link. But making a link means what? It needs a relation. It needs a field. It needs an attribute via which you can make a link. I'm giving one example by which you can understand it. Okay, I'm just giving. Suppose you are going to have your birthday tomorrow. You have invited each and every student. But if you will be not available, wait, my dear. Yes, yes, in a party. Yes, you all can go, but suppose your friend has invited you, and in that case, suppose your friend is not available. In that case, will you be invited in his party? Never. You will be as a stranger. You will be an outsider, my dear. So you cannot be able to join the party. So please keep it in mind. It is just like that. Okay, here also. If suppose you have table, okay, and you want to, just now you can see on the screen. Suppose I'm talking about the student table and I'm talking about the participant table. Now both I have to link. If I have to link, then one field must be common. Okay, for linking, yes, the two table or more than, yes, two tables. You see here, what is my field name in student table? Student name. What is my field name in student table? Student ID. Two fields are there that we say as attributes also. I will discuss that also. Now, in participant table, how many fields are there? Two fields are there. One is the student ID, another one is activity. Now, listen, my dear. I have my two tables. Just you think, when I'm going to link these two tables, what I said, remember, one field must be common. One field is not common. You see, student ID and student ID common. So you can link it. Now, think about the activity table. Here you have two fields again, activity and cost. This I'm not going to link with this one, my dear. I'm not going to link this with this one. I'm going to link this one with the participant table. Whether it will be linked or not, yes, it will be linked. Why? Because activity field and here activity field both are matched, so both the tables can be joined. But when I'm talking about this activity table and student table, will it be linked? Never, because this field is student name and student ID. Out of these two, any one field is not matching in activity table. You can see, so it cannot be. Okay. Now the next part is benefits of using a DBMS. Why I will use DBMS? Because of advantages, because of benefits. What the benefits? That one by one I am discussing. Redundancy can be controlled. That means duplication of data cannot happen here. Then can you tell me how we can stop duplication of, yes, data in a table or in a field? Simple, my dear. Using the primary key. Using the primary key, I can stop the redundancy. I will explain when I will create the table. Okay, then at that time you will understand what is primary key. But primary key, this term I will explain here today. Okay, but when I will be discussing the table, at that time I will give the concept of primary key. Okay, next one, inconsistency can be involved. Yes, very important. Yes, can be, yes, inconsistent, yes, can be avoided. So if I'm saying inconsistent, that means mismatch. Okay, here if mismatching, if I am saying, yes, it can be controlled, my dear. Okay, suppose I'm having the table. Okay, yes, one more table. Now sometimes what happens when we when we fill the data, okay, at that time, yes, data inconsistence, yes, happens, my dear. Okay, and when it happens in a table, what then, what type of problem we face? Yes, the table which we are working, that becomes wrong, my dear. Okay, so if you want to go, yes, for such a thing, then it's better that you go for Excel. But you want to stop this activity, you must have to use your database, whether SQL, Oracle, or whatever. Not only that, yes, it will give you the facility also, yes, to share your data. Understood? Yes, how you can share your data? Yes, by many ways. Suppose I created 3 tables, okay, and I want, yes, I have created 3 tables. Now, I want to know the details, yes, of all the 3 tables in one. Can it be possible? Yes. Just now you see the previous table. You see the previous table. Now, I'm having how many tables? 3 tables. Okay. This is my first, second, and third. Yes, can I be able to get one table which will contain all the information? Yes. I can have student name, student ID, activity, and the cost. These all I can have. So this is called sharing of data. Now next one, security restrictions can be applied. I can give the password. I can encrypt. Okay, I can encrypt. Yes, my database. How? By applying the password. You know the term ciphertext. What is ciphertext? It is the text which gets, yes, converted, yes, into, yes, unreadable code. That means the readable code gets converted into, yes, readable code gets converted into unreadable code, and deciphering is the process by which your unreadable code gets converted into readable code. Okay, so I can make my database secure by giving the password to my database. Okay, now there are some terms that you have to know it, my dear. First one is, yes, it is not called tuple, it is called couple. Listen, my dear. What is the rows of tables are known as, yes, tuple. Now, listen, what is couple? You see, just you see. I'm having the table, okay, which contains two fields. When I'm going row wise in a relation, row wise, again I'm saying row wise in a relation, that will be called as couple. Please keep it in mind. Row wise in a relation, that means this way, okay, one by one, then it will be called as couple. Now the next part is attributes. Same, the rows of tables, here it is the couple, but here it is, wait, here the columns of table, yes, columns of table, yes, in a relation, that will be called as, that will be called as attribute. That means I'm talking about this, I'm talking about this too. Okay, that means activity and cost in a relation, then it will be called as attribute. Now questions are coming from degree and cardinality. Okay, when you are saying about the number of attributes in a relation, that will be called as degree. Now I have one question. My question is, if I'm talking about activity table, can you tell me, yes, yes, number of degree? That will be 2. Yes, number of cardinality, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please keep it in mind. Degrees are for referring for columns, and cardinality, that is referring to your rows, my dear. Okay. Students, wait. Yes. Now, once more, I'm explaining, my dear. Questions are coming from degree and cardinality. See, I'm talking about, leave it. I'm talking about this table. Okay. If anyone asks how many degree there in customer, how many degree there in customer table, then what you will say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees here, 5. Anyone ask, yes, about the cardinality? That is number of rows. 1. This is rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, number of cardinality 4. Okay. This type of question is coming, my dear. So you have to know it. Now you are knowing about the table. I will not explain what is table, yes, what is a field, what is a row, and what is a column. Okay, if yes, by diagram I will show you. Yes, this one is called field. Customer ID, first name, last name, address, telephone number, these all are columns. And when I'm talking about this one, this is row, or you can say this one as record 1. This one you can say record 2, record 3, record 4, like that one. Okay. Now, the next part, that is your primary key. Listen, my dear, everyone wants that my table must contain primary key. Then you will say, sir, what is the importance? Why it is important to have a primary key in a table? Yes, it has importance to stop the duplication of data. Like one example I'm giving you. Think about the bank. Bank wants that my one field must be, yes, common, okay, and must be unique, contains information unique, my dear. How it can be? Only by the help of primary key. Think, if you are talking about the bank, then bank will give priority to which field in a table? Someone can say, sir, Aadhaar number. Someone can say PAN number, sir. PAN number also. No, my dear. It gives importance to account number, because whatever transaction that you do it only via the account number, not Aadhaar and PAN. For filing the income tax, PAN it can be, but for bank, account number is important. Okay, so what the bank will do, if bank is creating a table, then bank must have the first field account number, and account number must be set as primary key, so that the same account number cannot be repeated twice. Listen, my dear, if you are having your bank account number in SBI like 1055, suppose it is not that like that. Wait, problem is there. 1055. Okay. Can other person can have the same account number in the bank? Never. Never. Its address can be same, name can be same, mobile number can be same, but account number cannot be same. So here bank will choose the account number as primary key, but other one fields also can behave as a primary key, okay, like your Aadhaar number, PAN number, okay. So I will discuss about the candidate alternate, you will understand. Now the next one is candidate key. A column or a group of columns which can be used as a primary key of a relation is called candidate key. Okay, think, candidate key is that key which contains unique information. And when I'm saying unique information, one thing that comes to my mind, primary key. Yes, that means those fields which will have their data as unique, those fields will be called as primary key. But in one table, we can set only one primary key. Okay, like in bank, account number, that can be primary key. Aadhaar number, it can be the primary key. Your PAN number, that also can be primary key. But what I said, in a table only one you can set as a primary key. Account number you have said, but Aadhaar and PAN also can behave it. So here your account number, your PAN number, your Aadhaar number, these all three fields comes under candidate key. Okay. Now, the rest fields which cannot behave as a primary key, those all fields will. Now, think, I'm going to create a table. Okay. Here I've used account number, name, mobile number. Here I am going to have the PAN, and here I want to have Aadhaar. Okay, I'm having 5 fields. Okay, now here I'm going to set the account number 145. Copy, paste, paste, paste. 6, 7, and 8. Yes, name Ravi, Ravi, Rajiv, and Sonu. Sonu. Mobile number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this mobile number I'm pasting. Okay, it can be same. It can be same. Now PAN number BHIPS 8010G. Okay, copy it, pasted, K, L, and M. Here Aadhaar number, copied, pasted, 8, 7. Now, see, this is my table. Okay, now just I'm going to discuss primary key, alternate key, and the candidate key. So these 3 fields I'm going to discuss. So when I'm talking about the primary key, my dear, which can be the primary key? Account number, PAN number, and Aadhaar number. But what I said, out of 3, any one can be your primary key. So which one will be the best primary key? Account number. So you understood what is primary key. Now candidate key says that which can behave as a primary key. Now out of 5 fields, which one can behave as a primary key? Account number, PAN number, and Aadhaar. So here candidate key will have, yes, 3 fields, that is account number, PAN, and Aadhaar. Now next one is alternate key. Alternate key means which fields cannot, that means such type of field which cannot behave as a primary key. Then which are the 2 one? Name and mobile. So it means what the conclusion you have? If I'm talking about the primary key, then account number will be. If I'm talking about the candidate key, then it will be account number, PAN, and Aadhaar. And when I'm talking about the alternate key, then it will have only the name and mobile one. Okay, now there is one more key, that is unique key. Now what is unique key? See students, unique key just behave like a primary key, but what is the main difference between the primary key and unique key? See, in unique key you can have one null. This value you can have, but in primary key your data will be unique, but you cannot use null. But unique key says yes, all my data will be unique, but I can allow one null. You got it? What is the difference between primary key and unique key? Okay, now next one is foreign key. See students, when the foreign key comes, when you have 2 tables, okay, and you want to give the reference, okay, in that case you must use the reference key. Okay, a primary key of a base table when used in some other table is called as a foreign key. Okay, like I'm having a table. Okay, you can see, my dear, previous table I'm going to show you now. Here you see, if I'm talking about the student ID, okay, this is my master table, then student ID will be my primary key. But for the second table, this one I will say as a slave table, then here student ID will behave as a foreign key. Okay, so you understood what is the difference between primary and foreign key? Now, next one is characteristics of MySQL. See, why we use the MySQL structured query language? Because of many reasons. First of all, it is an open source license, okay, where you have to not pay, okay, you can get it free. Clear? Next one, MySQL has superior speed because when you have to extract your data, you have to update your data, it will be done quickly, my dear. Next one, MySQL supports fixed and variable name. See, there are two data type. One is char, and other one is varchar. You know what is the difference between char and varchar? Char is fixed length and varchar is, yes, the length can vary. It depends on the situation. If suppose I have my name field, okay, and I know that name can have 10 letters, okay, that means 10 characters can be allowed. So in that case, you have to use varchar because some students name can be Rohit, can be Raju, which is less than 10. Otherwise, if you will use char, then every one field will consume automatically, yes, 10 characters. Whether you write 2 characters, 3 characters, it doesn't matter. It will take 10 characters in the char data type. But varchar, then only 4 spaces. If you have written Sonu, then only 4 spaces space it will take it. Okay. Now, the next one is MySQL is platform independent application. That means you can use this SQL in any operating system, Unix, Linux, Windows, that all. I hope you have understood these all topics, my